mortal seraphim descended from dragons. He couldn't care less about the Halcyon Fold, but battle staves off the boredom for a short time. With potent abilities at his disposal, Adagio is quite powerful on his own, but becomes far more dangerous when paired up with a few allies. When Adagio heals himself or an ally, he also applies Arcane Fire to nearby enemies. Adagio's Arcane Renewal perk grants him energy anytime an enemy with Arcane Fire takes damage from any source. The amount of energy Adagio recovers is based on the damage dealt. Adagio's Gift of Fire instantly heals a targeted ally, then grants additional healing over the next few seconds. As mentioned, this applies Arcane Fire to all enemies surrounding the targeted ally. When Adagio uses this ability on himself, Gift of Fire also applies a brief but powerful slow to nearby enemies. The overdrive on this ability significantly increases the strength of the burst heal. I recommend learning this ability at level 1, upgrading it first, and taking its overdrive. Adagio's Agent of Wrath empowers a targeted ally, granting bonus crystal damage on their basic attacks. This damage is dramatically increased when the targeted ally attacks an enemy with Arcane Fire. When Adagio uses this ability on himself, the bonus damage is even stronger than it is when used on allies. The overdrive on this ability significantly increases the bonus damage. I recommend learning this ability at level 2 and upgrading it second. Adagio stops in place while channeling Verse of Judgment, gaining significantly increased armor and shield. When the channeling ends, he deals a massive amount of damage to enemies within a very large area around him. In addition to the damage, enemies with Arcane Fire are also stunned when struck with Verse of Judgment. I recommend learning and upgrading Adagio's ultimate whenever possible. Depending on which items Adagio picks up, he can either burn through enemies on his own, or assist his allies from the back line. While not a traditional weapon carry, Adagio is able to deal some serious damage with a healthy amount of attack speed to take full advantage of Agent of Wrath. Delving into crystal items turns Adagio into a mighty protector who specializes in healing up his teammates and amping up their damage in prolonged fights. Able to push out to the lane against the enemy Celeste, Adagio is able to back out of the lane to assist his teammates in an early jungle skirmish. Though he gets stunned by both Jewel and Catherine, Gift of Fire is enough to keep Jewel close enough to get an early kill. Once again catching Jewel out in the jungle, Adagio applies Gift of Fire to himself for a quick slow, allowing him and Koshka an easy chase to finish off Jewel. Following an invasion into the red team's jungle, Adagio finds Celeste poking her nose out a bit too far in lane, opening an opportunity to slow her with Gift of Fire and deal some serious damage with Agent of Wrath. After taking out the enemy Catherine, Adagio has taken quite a beating. However, by healing himself with Gift of Fire a few times, he is quickly ready for more action. Just as he finishes healing, another fight breaks out. As the allied Koshka falls to the red team, Adagio decides to take charge of the situation, finishing off Celeste with Gift of Fire and Agent of Wrath. Though Verse of Judgment gets blocked, Adagio is still able to take out Jewel and Catherine with some powerful basic attacks enhanced by Agent of Wrath. As Adagio, be wary of Reflex Block, Aegis, and Crucible on the opposing team. Though a fully channeled Verse of Judgment can decimate your opponents, if they are prepared to block the stun, Adagio could find himself in some serious trouble.